Catherine, if one of my parents are dead, how is this work going to be able to heal my family?
Part of talking earlier about the wellness, the peace of the dead is dependent on the wellness of the living. Because many times when we live our lives, it may feel that we may be burdened, we may not be as happy as we want to be. It often is because of the unresolved burdens that we've been carrying from our past. Again, once we have the alliance of all our family members in their right place and have worked with what we call the entanglements, then it frees you up in order to live your life and they can be more at peace. We're going to set up a constellation, and this is what we refer to as movement of the soul. It's the unfolding of the soul, and so I'm going to ask Lynn what her issue is, what her problem is, and what sort of outcome or resolution she would like to get. And then I'm going to have Lynn choose what we call representatives from the group to be part of her constellation. So if there's any questions, if not, then we can go ahead and get going. And what goes on for this representative?
I want to turn around and smile at the others.
He wants to turn around and smile at the others. Who's next in the birth order? What goes on for this one? And what goes on for this representative?
I don't feel anything right now.
Feels nothing right now. And what goes on for this representative?
I'm feeling very heavy in my feet.
Feeling very heavy in his feet. And what goes on for this representative?
I'm feeling curious about the bodies behind me, and I'm also feeling centered.
Feeling curious about the bodies behind and also feeling centered. Representatives, if anyone wants to move, go ahead and do so. This is what a constellation looks like. What I would like all representatives, thank you very much for doing this. What I would like you to do is I would like you to de-roll, take a breath in, change position, and go ahead and sit back down in your seats. Kind of shake it off. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jane. If we had this constellation continue, more would have unfolded, and it can take anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes. What I would like you to do now is I would like you to look at each representative that was a representative of your family. Look at them and say, we'll start from the oldest. You were my brother. I asked you to be my brother. I take that energy back. Thank you very much. This is a way that you can de-roll and how they can de-roll so that they can leave here being clean and not carrying any of your history with them. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Mike, for playing the role of my eldest brother, and thank you for what you said. And now you can step out of that role and be yourself again. And thank you, Lindsay, for playing the role of my sister, and you can step out of that role now. Thank you. Frank, thank you for playing my middle brother, and I appreciate it, and you can step out of that role now. And Mary, thank you for playing myself. You did a very good job. You can step out of that role now. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, representatives, for doing that.
Systemic constellation work has affected my life by allowing me to work on really deep issues in a way that's safe and facilitated by Catherine, who really provides a field of safety and ability to go deep, and facing some things that have been lifetime issues that now are actually resolving and easing. And I've done about 5 to 6 different constellations now over the last few months, and it is the work brings out the truth and bypasses all the intellectual garbage and brings it right from the heart. And it has been really powerful work for me.
I had the great experience of being in several different constellations, and what I found as being the participant of the constellation was that I could actually feel the energy and I can feel the shift. And it was very clear to me when it was my idea versus the person I was portraying. And just by knowing that fact, when I did my own constellation, it was very dramatic because I could feel or knew that they were not saying what they thought, but they were saying what was running through my family constellation.
Catherine does a wonderful job of facilitating this process, and it allows you to step outside of what you think of are the normal relationships with your family and to actually see relationships you didn't understand before, or actually see relationships you didn't know existed. And that's been very beneficial to me.
I've been doing this work for about a year, and my original interest in doing the work was to work with Catherine and to experience some changes, or hopefully some changes, in my family situation. I've been fortunate enough to have my mother living in town and also my daughter, and I have noticed as I continue to work that there are things that happen intergenerationally that are experienced by me in the constellation, but also show up for my mother and my daughter and me all at the same time. And for me, if we are receiving some kind of benefit from this work, which we absolutely have, then it's just a godsend, actually.